So, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before I start this video, let me tell you that this video was not actually, I wasn't planning on making this video right now, but there was I was doing some work, and then when I got back from the work, I came across this shocking Fabrizio post, which was Ange Postecoglou, the Europa League winner with Tottenham Hotspur, the manager who won Tottenham the trophy after 44 years, has been sacked by Daniel Levy. Can you believe that? Because if you do not know the situation at Spurs right now, so Ange's situation was worse because he finished 17th in the league last season, but he won a trophy for Spurs by beating us, which is Manchester United, in the Europa League final. But the situation wasn't resolved for Ange because somewhere Daniel Levy believed that Ange wasn't the right man for the job. And but the complications begin now because Ange had the backing of the entire locker room. Every single player admired him. Every single player wanted him to stay. Let it be through interviews, let it be through Instagram posts. Every single Spurs players wanted Ange to stay. And some players were basing their future at the club of Spurs on the basis of where does Ange stand in the club. One big player named Christian Romero, who is an Argentinian centre back, was keen. He had made it pretty clear, crystal clear, that if Ange leaves the club, then he leaves as well. Which is because he believes that it has been a long time since this club had a stability in it, and now if Ange leaves, then it's pretty sure that Romero is leaving. Just consider it. And now that Daniel Levy has sacked Ange Postecoglou, that means that there is going to be a huge tussle, a huge dressing room war, basically. Let's make it pretty clear. The fans are not going to appreciate this. I believe that a majority of fans would not appreciate this. But as a neutral, if you if you if you see, I think Daniel Levy has a reason for doing so. Because let's not say that Daniel Levy just woke up one day and decided to sack a Europa League winning manager. No, what he did was he had to measure both the sides of the coin, keeping Ange because right now Spurs will be playing the UCL next season, and they have generated a ton of money by winning the Europa League, and they do generate a ton of money by their stadium through others like merchandise, selling tickets, everything, etc., etc. They generate a lot of money, and now when they are going into this summer transfer window, I think Daniel Levy wanted to make sure that Ange was the man that he wants to give his, let's say, 200 million to spend on the players. Maybe Daniel Levy did not want to act on the emotions that okay, we have won the Europa League, I want Ange to stay. Maybe does not wants to repeat another Manchester United situation, which was our situation was that we won a FA Cup against Manchester City and decided to keep Eric Ten Hag, thinking that next season we'll come back stronger. But the case got worse. We spent around 200 million in the transfers last season just to end up in the mid-table. By the half of the season, we were already 13th in the league, which isn't expected from a manager who was given his signings. So I think Daniel Levy wanted to avoid a Manchester United situation because he has seen that when you continue with a manager on the basis of emotions, then what happens is that later on when you head into the next season, in between the season there is a rift between the manager and the players start not trusting the manager, and then everything falls apart. The club just crashes and burns, which Spurs has seen through many years. So I think Daniel Levy might have a good reason here that he wanted to sack Ange, but I'm not saying that Ange should be sacked. No, What I'm saying is that Ange what I'm saying over here is that Ange could have stayed, because he's a great manager, fantastic manager, and there is no comparison of Eric Ten Hag with him. Ange had shown no vulnerability when I guess almost entire 11 of the Spurs were injured. I think he still managed the team pretty well without any big signings or not having a proper bench depth with him. I think he managed pretty well while also competing for the Europa. What I think is that Daniel Levy should have trusted, and this is my opinion. This is solely my opinion. I think that Daniel Levy should have trusted Ange for one more season, at least give him one more season with the signings he needs. I know that is a big risk considering that Spurs are still a top six club when it comes to English football. Ending 17th is a very, very disappointing and disgraceful position to be in, being such a big club. So I think that if you had given Ange the signings that he needs, he could have done better next season. Because see, not every manager will go through the Ten Hag situation. No, I don't believe that. But the current situation is that Daniel Levy has been sacked, and the front runner for the Spurs gaffer is Thomas Frank of Brentford. Thomas Frank had a fantastic season with Brentford. I think that Thomas Frank is an excellent manager and he will do well in Spurs. But the thing is, where do the players stand? Because right now you can get a new manager, but what about the dressing room? Can Thomas Frank handle the dressing room that will go through a bit of a turmoil considering Ange was their favorite and now he's sacked, he's gone? I think the Spurs fans will revolt against this because this anger towards Levy has been boiling for years in the Spurs fan base. And now that Daniel Levy has clicked the red button of sacking the manager that has won them an European trophy, I think Spurs fans are not going to keep quiet. So do let me know in the comment section, what do you feel about this current situation that Spurs are going through? And if you did not understand like who Spurs and everything, then just from what I said, what do you think should be the call? Should have been the call, because the call has already been taken. So make sure you make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because I'll keep on posting regular updates about what is going on in the world of football. So until then, this is Far Offside signing off, and I'm pretty sure I'll see you very, very soon, because this is a transfer season and everything changes in an instant. So until then, make sure you like, share and subscribe the channel. Peace out. Bye.